All right, Budget 2026, that's just round the corner on the 1st of February. And we are getting you all the wish list and the ask of India Inc. and what they're expecting really from this year's budget. And today, to get you more on the budget wish list, we are now joined by J.K. Arora, who's from Soam Distilleries and Breweries. Mr. Arora, thank you so much for taking the time out and joining us. Mr. Arora, what is that the Alcobev industry is really expecting to see in the Union Budget 2026?
You see, Union Budget has directly no relevance with the alcohol business precisely because of the alcohol businesses under the Constitution. It is under the state. Uh, it is a state domain. Means all kind of taxations, all kind of manufacturing, transportation, everything is comes within the state government purview. So direct relevance, but since everything, taxation and finance, income tax, all other things are directly related with the business. So few things are there which has got a direct connection with the alcohol business. So GST is one thing. We buy our raw material, packaging material, all kind of GST is applicable on the purchase of the raw material and packing material. But since there is no GST on the sale of the alcohol, so that input credit is not available to this thing. So it is not a equal playing level field for the alcohol business. So our expectation from the government is that what input credit in some form it should be available to the industry. That is one primary thing which is relevant with the business.
Right, input credit is what is one of the major asks from the Alcobev industry from the budget. But Mr. Arora, there's often discussion around bringing liquor under GST. From an industry perspective, what would actually change if that happens?
Say again. Say again, please.
Mr. Arora, from an industry perspective, what would actually change if the liquor is bought under GST? Because there have often been discussions around bringing liquor under the GST.
Yeah. That's very important and relevant question in this thing. Actually, you see, liquor industry is not having the liberty to do the business as the other businesses are. If it falls within the GST, it would be a very easy for the industry to cater the whole India. Like if we have the industry in Madhya Pradesh, for selling in UP, we have to face the interstate taxes. You see, Madhya Pradesh government puts the export tax on the selling from Madhya Pradesh to UP, and UP puts the import tax on the bringing in tax. Once it is into the GST, then it would be from one industry, from one place, you can sell it to all over India. Only freight impact would be there, which is not the major impact, major criteria in the business. So it is going to be the quite beneficial if, like other businesses, if liquor is also fall under GST, it is going to be as a whole, it is going to be beneficial for the industry.
Right. Mr. Arora, is a unified national excise framework something that the industry really needs, and how would it really simplify compliance for you?
Yeah, compliance is one thing which will not really this thing. This is fine, but you see, the major thing is that from then it would be a one country, one taxation for the industry. You see, from sitting in Madhya Pradesh, you can sell it to the Kashmir, you can sell it to the Andaman Nicobar. Here is a lot of hurdles because of the interstate businesses. So compliances and all things is the I think a smaller part of this will not affect the industry much.
Right. Also, if liquor falls under the GST ambit, availing input tax credit would become possible. How would this impact the financials of the organized players?
national players, it is going to be the same for everyone. It is not for national players or this thing. Then everybody will become the national player only, no? This thing. You see, it is a, you see, in as of now, there is a difference in the some companies like Madhya Pradesh, we are a number one because we have got a manufacturing setup here.
Mr.
So,
Mr. Arora, my question was, I'll repeat my question. If liquor falls under the GST ambit, availing input tax credit would become possible, but how would this impact the financials of the organized player? I didn't say national players, I meant organized players.
yes, you see, once you get the input credit, it will be almost around 8 to 10%. The cost will go down, no? This once the GST thing is available, input credit, then it would be available to it directly. It will have the impact on the cost. You will have 7-8% cost benefit overall.
Right. Also, how can the budget aid exports of liquor, and what is currently holding the Indian Alcobev companies back from scaling exports?
Exports is a one thing. Like you see, there has been a recently what happened is that Indian single malt has been accepted worldwide. It is accepted like scotches from the UK has been accepted in the worldwide. Similarly, the Indian single malt has been accepted worldwide. So there is a lot of scope for the industry to export overseas. This thing, but what blocks you? You see, state says that you take the license for, and they ask you to register the labels. There are, though it is the domain of the federal government. It is the overseas export is not into the domain of the state government. But still, since the overall alcohol business is in the control of the state excise, they insist you to take they put the conditions of label registration, label fees, export fees, this, that. There are a lot of hurdles are there. Once it is free for this thing, the contribution in the export would be quite substantial. And this is the need of the hour. This is the country's need as of now. So I think central government also should have a clear directive to the state governments that for the export, overseas export, there should not be any kind of interference of the state government. And similarly, state government should also, like UP is the state which is the quite progressive, in every sense. They in the recent policy, I have met yesterday the additional chief secretary, Mrs. Veena Kumar, in Lucknow yesterday. She said we are promoting the overseas. We are going to give the incentive, though it is a benefit to the federal government. But they said we are going to give the incentive to the industry who will export out of UP to the overseas. So this kind of approach, this kind of thing is required as of now. This is the need of the hour and should be taken in that way only.
All right, Mr. Arora, thank you so much for joining us with your budget expectations. We'll let you go on that note. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
All right, before we